What's up, everybody? We have another unboxing video for you guys today. It's a iPad mini. Now, yes, this iPad came out, I believe, sometime last year, but I decided to go ahead and purchase one of these. So yes, I'm very behind like everyone else, but I'm not made of money. So I do have this on my Verizon account, so it will have 5G data. And there's a couple of things about this that I was going to use it for, and a couple of things I'm excited for. I am primarily going to use this within my comedy thing. Some of you may know I am a stand-up comedian. I do shows in my city, and I've recently been hosting shows and trying to promote some shows. So I figured this would be a good device to be using. That's not as large or clunky as my iPad Pro. I have an 11-inch iPad Pro, as you may remember from an earlier unboxing video within my channel, and I figured that one would be primarily for work purposes, my day-to-day job, and then this for comedy and some other leisurely fun as well. And I'm also part of the a podcast, so I am going to use my main iPad Pro for the podcast, and then this one, like I said, for leisure and fun. So let's just go ahead and start unboxing this bad boy right here. And this is pretty cool. I was actually inspired to buy this by a friend of mine, the Film Cubano, because he just recently purchased a MacBook Pro, I believe. His Mac sadly recently just decided to die, and he went out and bought a new one. And I figured, you know what, maybe it's time for me to get a new Apple product and spoil myself. So let's go ahead with this unboxing. I did go with the graphite, or whatever color they call it, space gray option. Didn't really like the other colors. I was hoping for something more options, but they only made a few options of colors, so I did go with space gray. Pretty boring, but I do have a 256 gigabyte model for this device. And then let's go through this part here. Of course, power brick. I believe it's a 20 watt power brick, USB-C to USB-C. iPads don't use the lightning, which is honestly, it's kind of bizarre that they don't use lightning for those. And you get those stickers. Sorry that I just hit the camera there. You get your stickers and all that other crap in there. So let's just push that aside. And we got the iPad on the side over here, ready to be unboxed. So I'm gonna try to do this as cleanly as possible, so I don't have any dust or fingerprints on the screen. I do have my screen protector on the side, ready to go. So here we go here. Let me just start real quick with the size of it. It's actually really comfortable for the most part. I'm gonna do more holding of it and everything once I get the screen protector on and everything like that. So let's at least start with the back. There you go. Typical Apple unboxing, typical iPad, you know what you're getting when you open it. So let me put a pause here, get the screen protector on, and then we're gonna jump into what we got, setting up and everything like that. And I'm back, and I know I'm a little bit boring with the gray case to kind of match up with the gray color of the iPad. And this is one of those folio cases, doesn't really have protection around the edges there, as you can see. But I did also grab another case. This one is pretty similar to the one that I have on my iPad Pro that I use when I'm not using my keyboard. It does have a spot for the Apple Pencil, which you can see mine right there on the side, and it does have much more protection around the edges. So that, just be varied based on what I'm going to use, when I'm using it, what I'm doing with it. I figured this case I might use a bit more when I don't want to have my pencil falling off anywhere. I won't really have the pencil next to it. And then this one over here, obviously, because yes, there is a magnet on the iPad mini to hold the pencil, but I'm not going to trust it without any kind of case to keep it in place there, because it's not a very strong magnet. But that's just typical of any of these iPads that do hold the Apple Pencil. So that's why it's just good to have that pocket there. But let's go ahead and power this bad boy on, and I'm going to go through the setup. A couple reasons why I went with this iPad, as I said before, with the whole comedy thing, but also there is some features on this iPad that I am interested in, like center stage, for example. This one does have center stage. That is kind of like the new thing they're trying to do with some of the new Apple products. I know the iPhones don't have them, but the iPhone 14 might have it when it comes out this September. I know some of the new Macs have it, and this iPad definitely has center stage. Other than that, there's a better chip in this iPad compared to my Pro. So just a little bit of an upgrade, and like I said, a much smaller size device for me to have, be a bit more comfortable in my hands as compared to my Pro, which is actually right here. So there is quite a difference in the size here Let me actually try to zoom out for you guys here. So as you can see there is quite a big difference there. So let me put my Pro back on the keyboard. So like I said, I'm gonna go through this setup and then we're gonna take a look at the screen and do what we can. Now I do have the setup completed finally, and I do have some of my apps downloaded. And my first initial thoughts on this iPad so far is it's not a huge difficulty to hold in your hand. You can get some comfort. I am trying to get used to the buttons being on the side, the volume buttons there and the power button there. I'm also trying to get used to the fact that this iPad does not have face unlock, so you do have to use the Touch ID to unlock your device. Not a big deal, just trying to get used to it. I keep forgetting that it is there. But look at this display. I mean, this display is, in my opinion, very beautiful. It's a really nice display. I heard some complaint from another YouTuber about the display being I think the same display as the previous model, but you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix. This is beautiful. I do know that this iPad only goes up to a max refresh rate of 60 Hertz, whereas the iPhone is 120 Hertz. So that is kind of something that, you know, is a bit of a bummer for some people. For me, it doesn't really bother me. The only time it does is if I'm trying to do multiple apps. It sometimes won't act as fast with it, but other than that, you know, you got a pretty decent device here. It looks great, and I'm gonna do a much more bigger review in the next day or so, whenever I upload these videos, hopefully very soon. I will say, I'm not gonna open it up because of, you know, I don't want to like share my Instagram information like that out there, but Instagram does work better on an iPad mini compared to a normal size iPad. I know that there's been that discussion within tech people where Instagram hasn't made a full-on iPad supported Instagram app, but on here, because it is a smaller screen, it does work pretty good. You know, not as great as it would on a phone, of course, but being that it's the mini, it does work pretty great there as well. You know, like I said, I'm gonna have the full review coming out soon. I got this really cool Folio case here, got the pencil on top. I do not recommend buying a Folio case from like Apple, only because with these kind of cases, you're gonna be paying for the same type of product with no protection on the edges anywhere. And the Apple versions are like 50 bucks. This one I got on Amazon for, I believe, $15 or $20, something in that range. And as you saw earlier, the other case that does hold the pencil on the side, that one was also around $15 to $20, and that one actually does have protection around the whole device. So I don't recommend the Apple one because it's overpriced for the same type of, you know, lack of protection. I don't know how well the Apple brand case kickstand version works when you put the flap around to kickstand it. I know for here it isn't as strong depending on how you're viewing it. Like here in this mode, it's not going anywhere, it's strong. But if you flip it around because you want to do some sketches and all that stuff, it is going to press down, as you can see there. So it's not as strong. I don't know if the Apple one is you know, stronger. But that's going to be the unboxing video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you guys for watching. Hope you hit the like button and the subscribe button, and like I said, be on the lookout for my review video of this device in the next day or so. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.